It is July 10, 2011, and I'm on my way to Old Country Buffet in Woodbury, and I want to enjoy it while I'm there. And as I was talking about during part 1 of this video, some fucking piece of shit is terrorizing me because my fingernails are long. Although there's girls who have long fingernails, and ain't, try to force them to. And I ain't putting up with this bullshit. Now, people told me men ain't supposed to have long fingernails. Well, you go fuck yourself. I ain't fucking letting you tell me just because of the type of genitals I have doesn't mean I should have to have my fingernails a certain way. It's really none of his fucking business. Oh, my parents were... Oh, I know, my parents were very paranoid. They were hysterical. They had no idea that fucking with me for my fingernails would cause me to turn mean, vicious, and defiant. They just didn't think that would ever happen. They thought that it was going to cause me to turn normal. The law of attraction, when you focus on what you don't want, you get more of it. The problem is, what do I want with that fucking shit? I want him out of that fucking store. I want him fucking out of that fucking place. That's what I do want. If he doesn't get killed in a car accident, which I'm desperately hoping for, or he gets some disease, or my friend Jim told me he deserves to get raped by someone with AIDS up the ass. Well, even if he did, I mean, how long would it take for him to get AIDS? He would just be back the next day anyway, so that wouldn't even do any good. Not in the short term, anyway. I can't enjoy my feast. I hate that. Because of some fucking asshole. His mother should have had an abortion. Well, maybe you ought to focus on where's a good place to take a shit in Woodbury. There's a coffee shop or a Mexican restaurant. Usually there's no one in the bathroom, and that's a good place to take a shit if you need to take a shit when you're in Woodbury. And hotels are a good place to take a shit as well. It's usually at a hotel there's a lobby with a good bathroom in it where you can take a shit. Oh God, where do I get off here? Oh, he said get off. He said get off. If I want to focus on my rant, that fucking son of a bitch and fucking bastards. He's part of the reason I haven't had time to upload videos to YouTube. That fucking asshole. As my anxiety goes way up. Well, the one good thing about having a therapist who's a fucking asshole, though, which most of them are, is he will help my case for Social Security. If I do the right things, hopefully I'll get it. And some therapist bitched at me. I guess she's kind of a cunt, I don't know, for not following through with things. I am following through with things. I'm just not following through with them quickly. That's the problem. Unfucking fortunate. Looks like I will have to see a therapist. I mean, my friend saw a therapist. My friend Tony in the Chicago area, he saw a therapist. That didn't do him any good. But I think his parents had him see a therapist. See, my parents were more intelligent. I could have gotten Social Security when I was under 5 years old, or before I was under 5 years old. Then I could have been collecting that, and I wouldn't have to fucking ever working for these fucking assholes. They thought I was fucking crazy anyway. They should have fucking gotten me on the fucking Social Security. And also, from what I understand, is if you can get, even if it's not quite SSI, it's something else, I don't know what the fuck they call it, but you get it through your parents' Social Security. But you have to get it before you're on 5 years old, which is way you fucking late for me. Oh, it looks like Florida here with the way they got that thing in the left turn lane. Gee, it's gonna feel like Florida for the next fucking week. The only good news is it's not Florida. It's just the place where the weather goes from one extreme to the other. And I do have to say, those snowstorms in the winter are a bitch. Especially this past winter. It wasn't that cold this last winter, but not record level cold, but it was. A few times it was, a few times every winter. Gee, Florida actually gets nice a few times during the winter. Now there's a Barnes & Noble. I'm going to the Asperger group that meets at Evan PM, and it's not too far from here. I don't remember how to get there from here. I should be able to figure it out, though. Oh, a dollar store. Oh, God, I do have to get something at the dollar store. God, I can't. If I do, God forbid, I lose my job over fingernail cutting. God, I don't know what the fuck I'd tell my mother. I would need help with money until I get to Social Security. I'm trying to get subsidized housing, and you gotta wait on a fucking waiting list forever for that. Now there's Old Country Buffet. I'm gonna point the camera at it briefly. I gotta make a U-turn and go to Old Country Buffet and enjoy my feast at Old Country Buffet. And even taking anti-anxiety medication ain't working when I gotta deal with some fucking asshole like this. It's actually made me more defiant. Well, if you're depressed, which actually gone from being depressed to pissed off even before the medication, but I don't trust any of this shit anyway. I'm just taking the medication to get to Social Security. It is helping a little bit.